We're now going to proceed with the administration of oath. I call forward Nancy Pinkin, the Middlesex County Clerk, who will be administering the oath of our elected mayor, Mayor Brad Cohen. Mayor Cohen, if you could kindly meet Mrs. Pinkin.
I,
I,
Brad J. Cohen,
Brad J. Cohen,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I support the Constitution
that I support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
as mayor
as mayor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I now invite Assemblyman Sterling Stanley to come forward. Assemblyman Stanley will be administering the oath of Dana Zimbicki. Councilwoman Zimbicki, please meet Mr. Stanley. And if there are any members in the audience wishing to join Councilwoman Zimbicki, please do so at this time.
I
I, Dana Zimbicki,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the
That I will
Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will
and that I will
faithfully,
faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
as councilwoman
as councilwoman
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
The next person to be sworn in is Councilman Dinesh Behal.
Okay. I
I, Dinesh Behal,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
as councilman
as councilman
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
I would like to congratulate once again our elected official, Mayor Brad Cohen, Councilwoman Dana Zimbicki, and Councilman Dinesh Behal. Another round of applause, please. Well, I'm sure all of our elected officials have a few words. If you don't mind, Mayor Cohen, would you give us a few words?
Well, first, thanks everybody for coming out tonight in this first episode of Arctic weather for the season. First, want to, I think the only person in the room who probably is going to remember this is Sterling. 4 years ago when we got the ceremony for swearing in, we had to do that on Zoom because it was in the middle of COVID and clearly nobody was having public meetings. So I think about that. That's only 4 years ago and how far we've come. I also want to thank Father Mark Hanna for coming out this evening. I know it's the evening of their highest holiday, and I appreciate your taking the time to come out here and do the invocation. That's very nice of you. He is also, by the way, the longest and most senior head of a house of worship here in East Brunswick, so please give him a round of applause. Need to thank everybody that was involved in getting us to where we are. We never get to a place like this by ourselves. It's teams, it's groups of people that are here to support those of us that are leading, because we do this on the backs of people who really support us because they believe in what we're trying to accomplish. Obviously, first and foremost, I have to thank my family, my wife, my kids, who have to put up on a regular basis knowing that on a regular evening, I'm probably not going to be home. So don't count on it. That's a lot to have to give up and to pick up the slack that I'm not there for. So I really do want to publicly thank them all. Want to thank Dana and Dinesh for working together with me on this last election. It was a lot of work, and it takes a team, and they were there for the countless hours that it took to do this. So congratulations to both of you on your well-deserved victories. I'd like to thank the East Brunswick Democratic Organization and all of the committee people that are part of making this successful, along with the trustees, Chairman Lonski, who's here today and will be speaking to you, Middlesex County Democratic Organization that has supported us through and through. None of this happens by accidents. Volunteers, people who've contributed, our township staff, who are just the superstars at the end of all of this. They have to put up with every 4-year elections, and at the end of the day, worrying that their jobs may be dependent upon who's elected for the next cycle. But they do their job because they know that at the end of the day, the ultimate consumer are the residents and the people that live here in the township, and that's their number one priority, and that's what we want it to be. So I thank them for doing that and for being here. And at the end of the day, at the end of all of this, we got to thank our residents who put us where we are. It really doesn't matter to me if you voted for me or if you didn't vote for me or if you didn't even vote at all. If you call up the office and you need our help, we don't ask you who you voted for. We just do the job of representing the residents here, and we're hope at the end of the day that we make more good decisions than bad decisions. Nobody is perfect, but we all do our best. In the last 2 terms, we've had a number of accomplishments that I think most of you are able to see. They're palpable at this point. A redevelopment has truly set the township in a 21st century direction. And that could mean everything from what you see at Legacy to the buildings being built at Vermella to the new FedEx building that's on Edgeboro Road, which has all resulted in a record number of new businesses coming into the township. It's a birth and regrowth of our Chamber of Commerce, the upgrades that have been going on at Midstate Mall. All of this is happening for a reason, because there's a buzz about what the future of that corridor and what the future of this township holds, and people want to be part of that. Our municipal taxes over 8 years, not 1 year has the increase been more than 1%. It's always been under 1%. So we're still able to accomplish and to provide all the services and all the things that the people in township want, and yet do it affordably. We had a major change in our recycling and our garbage contract this year. The way in which we do that service has changed dramatically, but for the better. We've had a record number of road repairs, 180 miles of roads in this township. We've handled a good number of them, along with adding bike lanes and bike paths at the same time to make the town a lot more walkable, usable, rideable. We've got a record number of grants that came into the township over the last 8 years. We've now topped $27 million in grants that's come to the township, all for things that if we didn't get that money in grants, it would have to come out of property taxes. So it's saving enormous amounts of money. Our Parks and Recreation Department, we have new parks that we didn't exist 8 years ago. We have park upgrades. We have new equipment, new programs, new events. All of them are exciting and responding to the needs of the people that live here. Our Public Safety Department, rated the top public safety department in Middlesex County 8 years in a row now. We've increased the number of police, and we've increased the amount of technology that the police are using in order to provide the public safety that we all depend upon. We've filled all of our boards and commissions with a swath of people from all across the township, representing every ethnic group, every religion. It's truly a group that's a microcosm of the township itself. And in the middle of all of it, we've had to deal with a worldwide pandemic that shut most places down for a couple of years. And yet we're still able to make all those accomplishments. And I think what we see today, it's really palpable, is a major change in the culture and the mood of the community. It is positive, forward-thinking, optimistic, engaged. People value living here in the township. There's an overwhelming feeling that our direction is in the right way. Our community's stronger. They're excited. And I think that's absolutely palpable if you talk to most people that live here in town. But we're now in 2025, and we need to look forward. We're going to have the opening of Vermella, which will be within the next year, finishing of the Legacy project, which is on Tice's Lane, probably also within the next year. The ice rinks, the cricket fields, the inclusive parks at Lenape, all of these things are going to happen within the next year. We need to look seriously at how we're going to be redeveloping Edgeboro Road. Can't spend $3,000 a month on an apartment that sits right on Route 18 and have it look over the project the way it looks right now on the opposite side. We need to work on that. We will do that together as a township. The Brunswick Square Mall, it is a beacon of the 1970s. It doesn't work any longer. We all know that. We need to work as a township to figure out how that's going to work in a 21st century. I do not believe that retail is gone. I just think that we need to rework it in a way that works in 2025 in our 21st century. And we will do that together. We've got new businesses that are scheduled to come into town in 2025, both on Route 18, on Cranberry Road, and throughout the township. They're all exciting. Road work will continue. I can hear the sigh right now about all the whining and complaining about Route 18. But when I took office, I can assure you that everybody was whining and complaining how all the money went to New Brunswick and it all went to Old Bridge, which didn't even need the Route 18 work done, to be honest with you. And nothing was being done here. And now we got them here doing the work, and all I hear about is the complaints about how there's traffic on Route 18. We'll all deal with it. I'm sure every one of you know your way around Route 18 without having to use the highway. We'll all deal with it, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a lot better, a lot more usable, and a lot more friendly to the businesses that want to come here, which actually do look at car counts to determine whether or not they think it's valuable enough to even move here. So we do want the volume. We just want people to move through the highway more effectively. We will continue on the road work. We will continue on the bike lanes. We will continue on getting support from our county and state and getting all of that work done. But we also have challenges, and let's make sure that we know what they are so that, again, we know what we're facing and we could work on them together to solve these problems. We have a new affordable housing obligation that's being put upon us as of 2025 for the next 10 years. The initial number was the same 314 that we got 10 years ago. We're working on trying to get that reduced. Some of the places they thought we could build are not practical. So I think the number will come down, but we will have to deal with it. We will do that together. We are being forced by the state and by our county to do a reevaluation of home values. Okay, hasn't happened in 30 years. We're going to have to work on this together and figure out our way through it. We will do it. We will do it together. We have parking decks that unfortunately are not making the type of money that they did years ago because people aren't going to the city as much, or if they do, they have hybrid schedules where they don't need to go every day, so the volume has dropped, and we can't make up with that with money coming from the state or for the federal government, which used to help us out in order to make up the gap. We're going to have to figure out where parking lots fit in the next this next 10 years and figure that problem out. And then finally, we've got issues going on with the Board of Education as they start to determine what their needs are in terms of buildings and facilities. We will need to work as a township along with the Board of Education to solve this problem so that everybody at the end of the day ends up in a place that works for the people that live here. I don't know what that solution is right now, but I could promise you that from this end of the highway, we will do everything possible to work with the schools to make sure that at the end of the day, whatever we do, whatever we decide as a township, and we end up doing what's best for the people that live here and for the people that will continue to move here, because education is still the number one reason that people move to East Brunswick, and I don't think that any of us would like that to ever change. So, in the words of Albert Einstein, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. So I wish all of you a happy and healthy 2025. May we all enjoy a year filled with good health, happiness, and prosperity. Thank you.
I invite Councilwoman Dana Zimbicki to the podium to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for coming out on this cold, snowy night. When you follow the mayor, you learn to edit while you sit up there very quick, right? And as a teacher for so many years, the one thing that we always hated was when there was things that would be repeated. So I'm going to do my best to make sure I'm not repeating and just focusing on some of the other points that you left for me. Thank you. So, right, standing here tonight, first of all, feels a little bit familiar and profoundly special. When I was first sworn into office in February of 2020 to fill the seat of Michael Spadafino, our councilman, I had no idea how deeply this role would shape me. Since then, I've been honored to be appointed then and elected twice. And each time, the trust you place in me means more than words can express. Brad and Dinesh, it was a privilege running with you. You really get to know a person intimately and deeply when you are in a situation of running a campaign. It is really, really difficult. And with that, I think I don't know, I'm curious about the history of this, but I have run with every single council person on the dais. And I have really I feel very special about each and every one of them, and very honored and privileged to be working with them. So first of all, I just want you to know I take this very seriously, this responsibility in this position for our township. I promise to always do my best. And I can't thank enough my husband and my son Dylan and Hunter, who can't be here tonight, for being my anchors, my cheerleaders, and same Brad, right, not being home at night. Both of them have become excellent cooks, which is a great thing, right? So I really appreciate everything that you do. And I also would like to thank Elect Women NJ for their support in this campaign. It's wonderful to be a part of a strong group of women running for office in this state. And also the Middlesex County Democratic Organization and the East Brunswick Democratic Organization, always, always supportive and anchors. And I really appreciate for your unwavering guidance and mentorship. So as I reflect on this journey, I'm reminded of the extraordinary spirit that defines East Brunswick. Our strength truly does lie in our diversity. It's our greatest achievement. Together, we build a community that all of us are proud to live in. And no matter, as the mayor said, no matter what political party you're in, I don't really think this is really a political position. It's a position about the heart of East Brunswick and doing what's best for our community. And I will disagree with one thing you said, Mayor. I do mind if you don't vote very much as a history teacher. I need you to vote. However you vote, but you have to vote. That's what this beautiful nation is all about. I just want to focus on a couple other pieces. The arts in our community are flourishing, whether it's the visual arts, the performing arts with our East Brunswick Symphony Orchestra. it's another great piece that just makes East Brunswick feel a little bit special, a little bit more special, right? Our senior center, there is nothing more exciting than going on Facebook and watching the dance parties that the seniors are having and the different activities. We're just such a diverse community of people, right? It's not just about the children in the schools, it's about our seniors that we respect and admire equally as much. I want to thank the mayor for your steadfast leadership, my fellow council members for their collaboration and being visionaries, Assemblyman Stanley for your mentorship and guidance over the years, and to the countless volunteers, so many of you are sitting here right now, volunteers in our community, that make our community what we are. Without you, it wouldn't be this strong, wonderful community. And in closing, thank you for your trust and your confidence. I'm excited for what lies ahead. I really do think that, I recently had a conversation with a friend who was not originally from East Brunswick like I, and said there was no place I'd rather live right now. This community is amazing. There's so much more to be offered, and the vision is so bright. And I'm excited to be a part of it, and thank you very much for your trust in allowing me to do so. Thank you.
I now invite Councilman Dinesh Behal to the podium to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. Speaking after the mayor and then they covered most part of it. So I had to make more edits. Thank you, Assemblyman Stanley and Middlesex County Clerk Nancy Pinkin for helping us take oath today. Good evening, everyone. I'm truly honored and humbled to take the oath of office for my second term, representing all the wonderful residents of this great township. Throughout my services, I've always prioritized the well-being of East Brunswick residents in my decisions. My colleagues and I share the same passion and commitment to our township, and we will continue to make progress with the singular goal of enhancing the quality of life for our residents. At this time, I would like to take the opportunity to thank everybody who helped us during our campaign, starting with the residents of East Brunswick for their trust and support, all the volunteers, family and friends, East Brunswick Democratic Organization, Chairman Lonski for their invaluable help and guidance. Special thanks to my wife Hansa and my son Arman for their unwavering support and encouragement throughout this journey. And last, together, let's keep moving East Brunswick forward. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
I invite David Lonski to come forward from the audience, please.
So let me just first start by saying to our council, mayor, madam's clerk, our esteemed business administrator and township attorney, to all the elected officials that came out this evening, father, rabbi, friends, neighbors, Happy New Year. I have a few comments to make, and also to the people at home, Happy New Year. And so I'm just going to jump right into it. This is a time of the year where we reflect on the past and look forward to the future with optimism and high spirits. I could not be prouder of all of our elected officials, all of the community volunteers, and everyone who, by working together, make this the greatest township in all of New Jersey. On behalf of the East Brunswick Democratic Organization, I have been given the honor of speaking for just a couple of minutes to you this evening, and to congratulate the newly sworn-in elected officials. To the elected officials that have been sworn in this evening, you've each demonstrated that through hard work, listening to the public, balancing the pros and cons of various initiatives and suggestions, that a consensus resolution makes our community the great place that it is. I have seen firsthand the countless hours of deliberation, research, investigation, and fact-finding that goes into the respective decision-making process of each and every one of you. I commend each of you for your dedication and service to our community. I'm very proud to have worked alongside you during this past election and over the many years of our friendship. We are a very grateful community that you have decided to give your talents to the Township of East Brunswick. Dinesh, you're a small business owner. I've watched you run your business and I've witnessed how your experiences as a small business owner have brought another level of care and consideration to the decision-making process in your role as a councilman. I've also witnessed the sacrifice of your family in allowing you the time necessary to dedicate to your elected duties and to stop by my office for some meetings. I wish you continued success in this upcoming term of office. Dana Zimbicki, you have a lifelong dedication to the betterment of our community. And while, as you indicated, you may not have been born here, you spent a lifetime here, so thank you for that. Working with the EBEA, the VFW, the Beer Dun, the EBEF, and countless other organizations, we can always count on you. You are a true leader and a highly respected educator in our township. I've seen the care and consideration that you put into your role as a council person, and your family is second to none. They are always there to support your endeavors, including that of councilperson. Thank you for everything that you've done, and I'm sure that you will continue to do for our community. I wish you continued success. Mayor Cohen, I cannot adequately express my deepest respect and appreciation for your commitment to our township over the past 8 years as mayor and before that. I know that you will have the same energy, dedication, and commitment to East Brunswick over the next 4 years as you have in the past. You work tirelessly for improvements to our township. You have toiled over major decisions, and whether the final answer is a yes or a no, we all know that your decisions are based on what you truly believe is the best for our township. Your family is also rich in dedication and commitment to making East Brunswick a better place, and I thank each of them while you're sitting here for that role. On behalf of a very grateful community, wish you success and great accomplishments during your next 4 years as mayor. As I mentioned to each of the three of you, the East Brunswick Democratic Organization will be making a donation in your name to a charity of your choice. So having spoken to you, I'll now read off who these recipients will be. On behalf of Dinesh, a donation will be made toward the installation of a shade structure to be built adjacent to the Daisy Rec building at Bicentennial Park. And that was at the suggestion of our great Recreation Department Chair. And Dana Zimbicki, a donation will be made to the sponsoring a vet program at our local VFW. And that's a program in which the bills of a vet that's having difficulty meeting their financial obligations, there's a fund that's in place for them. So I think it's very worthy, great idea. And Mayor, donation's going to be made to the Mayor Cohen Charity Fund. For those that are unfamiliar with that, it's a charity fund in town that helps support local residents and organizations, again, that are in need and provides them with local assistance. It's been a great program that has survived over the years, and we're very proud to make that donation, and we thank you for your efforts in making that charity a great success. So I know you're all not here to listen to me. So with that, again, just want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. Thank everyone for coming out, and best of luck to the entire council and to all the administrative staff that's here. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.